Hey everyone, so welcome back to today's video, and today I am in Glasgow. It was a very last minute trip to come here and it's my first ever time exploring this city, so I thought why not, let's come up to Glasgow and show you guys around and see everything for the first time myself. And of course, like Scottish weather, there is forecast a bit of rain today, so we might have a little bit of rain throughout this video, but for most of the morning should be okay, but maybe the raincoat will come out later. But yeah, first of all, I'm on my way to the first stop of the day, which is the cathedral. I'm just down by the river at the moment. You can see we've got like a really nice bridge view here. We've actually got two bridges. We've got one bridge here and another one there, and then behind that is the train bridge where we've just come from, the central station. We've got some artwork on the wall. Apparently there's lots of murals in Glasgow, so throughout this video I'll try and highlight some of the murals that I see. So it's quite a nice walk actually along the river. It's the River Clyde that we've got here on the right hand side. Very scenic walk. You can walk all the way down from the station down to the Metropolitan Cathedral of St Andrew, which I'm just approaching now, so yeah, excited to check that out, and if it's open then of course we'll go inside. So behind me now then is the Metropolitan Cathedral of St Andrew, and I've just been inside and I have to say that it is very beautiful. And actually the architecture inside really surprised me because it's kind of like a white and blue theme. I didn't expect it to be like that when I walked in. I expected it to be more Gothic, but apparently it is like a neo-Gothic style anyway, but it's a bit different from what I have seen in previous cathedrals. And the construction of the cathedral took place in 1814, but actually, unlike most cathedrals, this one doesn't have a steeple or a bell tower because of legal restrictions at the time of making the cathedral. But yeah, you can find this cathedral opposite the river. It's in a very beautiful location. It's the perfect place to start the day, I think. So yeah, this was it's quite a small cathedral actually compared to other ones, but it's worth checking out if you are coming to Glasgow. So next up, it's a bit noisy because everyone's cutting the grass today. But next up we have the Mlennon Arch, which is a huge archway that when you go through it goes into the oldest park in Glasgow. So there's a lot of history here. The arch itself was actually built between 1792 and 1796. The park it leads up to is very beautiful. It's the Glasgow Green, and there's like nice walkways lined with all these nicely formed sort of hedges along the walkway. There's also a huge monument in the park. Yeah, lots of beautiful places to walk around, and I can imagine on a nice summer's day this place probably gets quite busy. It looks like as well they've got some tents here, so maybe they actually have events and things that happen in this park. So within the park as well you also have the People's Palace, which is temporarily closed at the moment, but nonetheless it's a really nice building that you can see while you're in the park. It's only a short few minute walk to get there. So even though it's temporarily closed, it is a social history museum that opened in 1898, and it was designed as a palace for the people, so a place of education, leisure, well-being, as well as a large Victorian glass house attached to the museum on the side. Which you can actually see very clearly when you walk up to the front of it. But unfortunately it has been closed since January 2019 for extensive refurbishment, so I'm not sure when it's going to open up. There is rumour that it will open up in 2027, so if that's the case then a couple more years and you'll be able to go back inside and see the whole new refurbished palace. But for now you just have to enjoy it from the outside for a couple of years. So for the next place, which is not too far away from the park, is the former St Andrew's Church, which is just behind me. It's called St Andrew's in the Square, and it looks like it is closed. I don't think you can go inside. I've just tried opening the gate, but it's locked and it doesn't look like it's open anyway. Regardless, from the outside it's an impressive building with loads of columns and a tall clock tower on the top, and the building dates back between 1739 and 1756 and was designed by someone called Alan Dreghorn, and it was actually modelled and inspired by the building in London called St Martin in the Fields. Apparently it was fully restored and reopened in the year 2000, but I'm really not sure because there is tape outside there, so whether it is just too early. I looked online, I couldn't see any opening times, but the gate doesn't seem open at all, so yeah, I'm not sure. But still, regardless, it's nice to admire it from the outside. And in addition to that, just around the corner there is an old police box, which is super cool as well. It's literally just a minute walk away from here, a blue police box. And for those of you that love Doctor Who, it looks like it would be from that, but it's not. It's actually a very old police box. that they've actually just kept and remained in the city, which of course does give Doctor Who vibes, because most of the other police boxes around have been converted, but this one's actually been kept in its kind of traditional form. So just behind me there we've got another one of the copper boxes, which is really awesome. There's apparently, I just spoke to the guy, there's actually 6 of them around the city. 4 of them are in use, so they're being used for different things. And this one's selling tea and things, so I've just got a tea for £2. Lemongrass and ginger tea to keep me going. And this one's right near to the Glasgow Cathedral, which I'm just on my way to now. So if you do want to pop in there and grab yourself a drink, a hot drink, yeah, it's worth doing, and it's really cool. They've got a little sign next to it that says about TARDISes must not be parked on streets at any time, which is cool. Obviously another Doctor Who reference. And now I'm at probably what is the best viewpoint in Glasgow, the Necropolis. When you go to the top of the Necropolis, you're of course surrounded by hundreds and thousands of tombstones with different graveyards and things, but the view across from the top, you have just amazing views looking across all different parts of the city. Of course you have the cathedral right in front of you, kind of the outline of some mountains in the distance, very faintly, but regardless, I think rain or shine, you're going to have a nice view from here, seeing lots of historical parts of Glasgow from the top. Now the Necropolis is open from 7 AM till 4:30 every day. It is a little bit windy all of a sudden, so my hair has gone all crazy. You're presented with amazing views from the top. It's not far from the cathedral. I'm going to go in the cathedral now. So now I've just been inside the Glasgow Cathedral, and it's absolutely magnificent. And one thing that's a bit different from other cathedrals I've been in so far is that there's a tomb underneath that you're allowed to go inside and explore. It's Mungo's tomb. The other name for the cathedral is St Mungo's Cathedral, because it was named after the city's patron saint, who was called Mungo. And apparently it's also the only fully preserved medieval cathedral on Scotland mainland. But the architecture inside is stunning, very gothic and very well maintained. The stained glass windows are stunning. It is free to enter, and you can, if you want to, do a guided tour or an audio tour. And additionally, there's also leaflets. So if you're coming from a different country, they've got leaflets in every language that you can pick up and learn about the cathedral as well. So this is probably one of the places I would say do not miss if you're coming to Glasgow. It's up there with the top so far. Now next up is the heart of Glasgow. It's Merchant City. Originally it used to be, in the 1750s, a prestigious kind of neighbourhood for wealthy people that were like selling tobacco, but over time it transitioned to more warehouses, markets and factories, and became more like a market town. But today of course it's a hub for like restaurants, bars, independent boutiques, and there's galleries, live venues, there's all sorts of things here, so it's a really busy, bustling place. So I've now just come out of the Gallery of Mlennon Arch just behind me, which is free to enter. You can go in, there's a few exhibitions, there's 3 floors with different exhibitions on each floor. I'm not sure if they rotate regularly, but in there at the moment there's lots of like modern art, sculptures and paintings that you can go and see. And I think there's also an exhibition in there from a school, like a secondary school. So that was really cool. And also, of course, outside the museum you've got the famous Duke of Wellington, which is known even more now so because of the cone that is on its head. So it became like a huge thing when someone used to just place the traffic cone on its head unsuspectedly, like just placing it without anyone knowing, and every time it would be removed someone would put it back on again, so they just ended up leaving it up there and it became a whole gimmick. So now they actually sell merchandise of it and everything. It's just become like a whole thing of its own. And in the gift shop within the gallery as well, you can actually buy t-shirts, souvenirs, postcards, all kinds of things with the Duke of Wellington with the cone on its head. It's hilarious how it's become such a huge thing. So unfortunately George's Square is under renovation at the moment, so I can't show you that today. Again, not sure when it's going to be back to normal, but it's very easy to find. It's near the famous Buchanan Street, which is the street that's full of all the high-end retail shops and restaurants, cafes. It's a bit like the Royal Mile in Edinburgh, I suppose. So it's worth checking out. I'm just passing through there now. You can see Buchanan Street here. I'll just show you a little bit of where I am. So you've got this, it goes down that way and all the way down the end of that street there. So it's quite a long street. So I'm really not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but behind me is St. Aloysius Church on Garnet Hill. And I just stumbled across it by accident. It wasn't even on my itinerary for today, but I wanted to highlight it because I just went inside. And again, such a beautiful building, very peaceful, very quiet. Definitely worth checking out. And there's some beautiful stained glass windows in there. It's very symmetrical. And it's actually one of the most magnificent Roman Catholic churches within Glasgow. And the outside is made of this really nice red sandstone, while the interior is quite Venetian because the person who made it, I believe, was from Belgium. Well, it had a lot of Belgian and Italian influence. Another little place you can check out, and it's free to enter, of course, so if you are stopping by this way, it's a little bit further out of the town centre, but it's also worth checking out. So guys, I have to cut my day a little bit short because I've got to get the train back. There is a lot more to see, and actually you can get the subway to different places. So like around the university, there's a big park. You've got the university, you've got a few different streets around there as well. So be sure to check that out. But for today's video, this is all I could cover. And I'm at the train station now, at the central station, about to head back home. So as always, thank you for watching, and I hope that you found some of these places in today's video interesting. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos coming soon.